welcome to Cultivating Keepsakes. I'm Eden, and I'm so glad you're here. Today, I'm making a Happy 4th of July sign, and the first thing I did was take my Folk Art Matte Fire Engine Red paint and mix it with a dab of my Rust-Oleum White Chalk paint, just to take the brightness away from the red, definitely not to turn it pink. And then I just mixed that up real good, and I had cut out these letters to spell the word happy on my laser cutter. And I gave each one of them one coat of the red paint just on the front. Now, if you don't have a laser cutter, you could get letters from the hobby store, or you could use Cricut or Silhouette or another cutter to cut vinyl letters out. You could use poster letters. You could hand letter if you're good at it. Lots of different options. I just used what I had. And I also cut out the word of, and I used my Rust-Oleum White Chalk paint to give that 2 coats. It was the only one of the painted things that needed 2 coats. I am not a fan of the Rust-Oleum Chalk paint, but there you go. And then I also cut out July, and I used my Waverly chalk paint in the color Ocean, and I gave each of those letters a coat of paint. There you go. And then I cleaned up my mess a little bit because I was going to need some room. And I got this number 4 from Joann's. And I also got a smaller T&H from Joann's, which is what actually prompted this whole project. I had found these on clearance for either going out of business sale, and I wanted to do something with them. So I used my Elmer's glue stick and some scrapbook paper, and I just applied the glue real good and thick, and then I pressed my paper down to it. If you don't want to use a glue stick, you could always use any other decoupage medium, Mod Podge, liquid patina, anything, white glue. I just really like the glue stick, and I've never had a problem with it coming up. So if it ain't broke, I don't fix it. And then I cut the super excess off, and then used my little gator sander to get the rest of the excess off of the number. And then I do the same thing with my T&H with a different piece of scrapbook paper. It's just blue with white stars. And I put some of the scrapbook paper I used on the 4 on some wonky stars I cut out with my laser. And then I had this big wood sign that I got from my thrift store. I got it for $2, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. And then I just kind of laid out the words where I thought they would look good, and I moved it around a bit to get it exactly where I wanted. And then I added the stars. I'm sorry it's not all in frame. I tried to get as much of it in as possible, but my craft area is only so big, and the sign was pretty large. And then I used my Titebond Quick and Thick and my hot glue to attach all of the pieces to the sign, like so. And then I wanted something on the top. I thought it needed something, but I didn't want to put a bow because I really didn't want it to cover the lettering. So I had this trim. I'm not sure where I got it from, but I thought it was kind of the perfect solution. So I put it on where I liked it, flipped it over, and just hot glued it in place. And then that was pretty much it. This Happy 4th of July sign was complete. I absolutely love it. I hope you guys do too. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. I would also love it if you would like, follow, subscribe, share, all of that stuff. It really does help my page and my channel grow. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!